Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about distractions. And if you're anything like me, you've spent far too many hours getting distracted while studying. Distracted by your own thoughts, distracted by your phone notifications, distracted by watching someone play Call of Duty Mobile on YouTube. And if you're anything like me, you're sick and tired of losing focus because now you're falling behind on your study schedule and it's causing increased stress and anxiety because there's still a lot of material left for you to cover. But in this book by Nir Eyal called Indistractable, he explains how different factors affect our ability to manage distractions and the different strategies and tools we can use so we can become less distracted, hit our study goals, and feel less stressed and anxious when we're studying for our exams. So in this video, we're gonna talk about 3 actionable tips you can do to get rid of distractions, and these are the things I personally took away from the book, but actually this book has 35 chapters in it. It's a pretty in-depth book and I would recommend you reading it. But in this video, we're just gonna talk about 3 actionable tips you can apply to your own life to help you become more focused and indistractable. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Carl. I'm a doctor from the Philippines and I teach med students about productivity tools and study techniques. There's a bunch of studies mentioned in this book about addiction and cravings and things like alcohol and cigarettes. And what they found was that if someone believes that they are powerless against their cravings, they're far more likely to relapse. And so thinking about that general principle and how we can use it in studying and distractions, if you believe you're powerless against distractions, then you're way more likely to give in to distractions. Now, I recently saw a YouTube short about LeBron James and something similar about this, and in that video, his teammate Dwayne Wade said that LeBron James doesn't tell himself that he's tired or hurt even when he's tired or hurt. Here's the clip.
And so LeBron has been able to mentally tell himself, you're not tired. I got a chance to watch him for 4 years. Like he wouldn't, if he was hurt, he never would, you're not injured. He couldn't even talk that language in front of him. Bro, you hurt. No, I'm not hurt. Your ankle hurt. No, I'm not hurt. Because the mind is strong.
So this means that it's important for us to pay more attention to the way we describe or label ourselves. That if you tell yourself that you're tired, you're gonna feel tired. And if you tell yourself that I'm the type of person who's easily distracted or I'm the type of person who's very impulsive, then you're more likely to act that way. But the same goes for positive labels. That if you tell yourself that you're a focused person or indistractable, just like the title of the book, then you'll do things that help you become more aligned with that label. Now, tip number 2 is something that I refused to do for a long time because I felt like it's such a hassle for me. So I used to write down a to-do list and then cross my fingers that I could get them all done by the end of the day, but I never got to the end of the list. And so I just move that same list of unfinished tasks to the next day and do the same thing over and over again until there's an infinite number of tasks on that list. But after reading this book, I realized that this technique is what's been missing in my productivity toolbox, and it's called time boxing. And time boxing is just a way of organizing your schedule by committing blocks of time to specific tasks. And the main reason for doing it is it helps you limit the time you spend on doing one task and stops you from working on it until it's done, as you might do with tasks on a to-do list. So basically, it helps in preventing one task from taking up too much time at the expense of another task. So for example, if you time box 4 hours of reading a study material in the morning and you stick to it, this will give you enough time to complete your second task in the afternoon, like doing practice tests or studying another subject. You might spend maybe 6 or 8 hours reading the study material and not get any practice tests done in the afternoon, which will only add on to your backlog of study materials that you need to finish. And this follows the same principle as Parkinson's law, which states that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. So if you don't set a time limit for studying, you might never finish it because there's no deadline to help keep you on track. But if you time box 4 hours to finish that material, you'll have that sense of urgency to finish it in that time period. Now, the last tip is a seemingly simple solution to distractions, but when I did it, it massively changed my life. It's so simple that some people don't want to do it at all because they're quite skeptical about whether it'll change anything, and that's turning off phone notifications. So if you're like me, when I receive a phone notification on my phone, I just grab it without even thinking about it. and before I know it, I'm sucked into this vortex of distractions on my phone, and it's already been an hour of scrolling endlessly on social media. Which is why turning off phone notifications will massively change how much distractions you have to deal with every day. But of course, there's the issue of, but what if it's an emergency? But come on, ask yourself, when's the last time you ever received an Instagram or Facebook or TikTok notification and it was an actual emergency? Probably never. And so I turn off phone notifications for these apps and I just keep the notifications on for calls so that anyone can reach me if it's a real emergency. Now that you know more about how to become indistractable, you might want to check out my video about how to become more focused while studying. And it should be somewhere over here. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.